I feel like I've been on this journey my whole life because it started with my name, Talitha Cumi, which literally means little girl wake up. And I can't say it's been easy. There's been a lot of bumps and bruises along the way, but I believe life is all in your decision making. The I Am Talitha Cumi show is a combination of things that I love to talk about, and I want to enlighten you, encourage you, and inspire you to be the best you can be with some help from me and my guests. Let's talk about it.
What's poppin', buddy? See, I got the leftovers from Auntie. Let's go ahead and crack these damn leftovers and make it good. It's a rib slider.
And we are live here at the Botham Jean Foundation Gala event, you guys. Did you know that the real New Year is not on January 1st? It's on March 20th. So the real New Year's Eve is March 19th, with New Year's Day being March 20th. So you guys don't worry if you haven't kept up your New Year's resolutions, because you still have a little bit of time. So is there anything that I left?
No, other than my name is pronounced Georgia Nay.
Georgia, I was pronouncing that all wrong. Georgia Nay. My bad. I hate when people pronounce my name wrong too.
Talitha Cumi.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
I blocked your number today. I finally stood for me. I finally found the strength to leave. I finally love me. Got tired of opening the door for you to hurt me. Tired of sexing you and feeling worthless. Tired of letting you drain me of my peace. And I'm tired of your bipolar mood swings. Tired of me having to do everything. And I'm tired of you not being there for me. I'm tired. A man's only gon' do what you allow. And you a fool, a whole damn fool. If you stick around, a man's only gon' do what you allow. And you a fool, a whole damn fool. If you stick around. I deleted all our pictures, all your calls. I don't wanna see you, feel you at all. I'm tired of you playing, tired of you lying, tired of blowing up your phone. I'm tired of crying, tired of hiding from my friends, hiding from my mama. Tired of being depressed, I'm up and down with your drama. Tired of being the one to forgive first, and I'm tired of being the one that's left hurt. A man's only gonna do what you allow. Hey, a whole damn fool, girl. You saw it coming, so don't be blind, girl. What you allow. Hey, don't be a stupid girl, a stupid girl. Yeah, baby. A man's only gon' do what you allow.
Hey, y'all. Hey, it's your girl Talitha Cumi, and I want to welcome you to the I Am Talitha Cumi show on the Food for the Soul Media Group Network. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, you can catch us here every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. on our Food for the Soul YouTube station, Food for the Soul Media Group FB page, and check out our re-air audio shows on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio.
Radio. Shout out to Quan with Gorilla Cross Media on the ones and twos, keeping us looking and sounding right. Shout out to my baby in the chat room right now because we are going to be talking about it. Our disclaimer as always, these are our opinions, not fact, just our opinions. And some of the opinions of our guests are not always the opinions of the IAM Talitha Cumi Show, Food for the Soul Media Group, or Gorilla Cross Media. And if you guys want to weigh in, leave us a comment in the chat room on our YouTube station or FB page. And if you're tuning in on Facebook, please follow us and like our page and share it. If you're watching us live on our Food for the Soul Media Group YouTube station right now, hit that subscribe button for me. Also, go to our Instagram and follow us at Food for the Soul Media Group and I am Talitha _Cumi. You guys, we're looking for sponsors and donors for this new year to help keep our show a priority in bringing you great news, good discussions, and great guests, and we need you. So if you're looking to be a guest or promote your business with us, go to foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com or inbox us today, you guys. So it's May, and the theme of the month is She's a Bad Mama Jamma. And some of you guys might know that, some of you guys might not. I'm dating myself. And the topic of the day is I survived. So I got to introduce my special guest and spotlight artist for today. And this woman who opened up the show needs no introduction. She has been a guest on the show a couple of times and co-hosted with me as well. Miss Carolyne Scott. Welcome to the show, Carolyne.
Thanks for having me.
So Carolyne Scott is a singer, songwriter, actress, entrepreneur, business owner, and more. She is a national recording and charting artist. She is the national anthem singer for the NBA, WNBA, WCC Sports, Major League Baseball, Minor League Baseball, and G League Ignites. She has been featured in films Deeper Than Law and For a Fee on Tubi. She is a 12-time Black Music Awards winners. Can we give it up for that? And we can go on and on and on and on. Carolyne, I'm so happy that you took time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with me today.
Of course.
I needed you here.
Thank you for having me.
I needed you here because I remember some of the things that we talked about when you were on the show before. So I want to get right into it and find out, what have you been doing since we seen you last? It's like I see you everywhere now. Just
gigging, singing everywhere. And I wrote some new records, and I've been just traveling with those and just pouring my little heart out on these stages.
You know, and I see you pouring your heart out. Have you started working on an album yet? Like a whole?
I've been working on this album for the last 2 years.
Yeah. So it's gonna come
coming,
to fruition.
y'all.
Yeah,
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. Every time I'm ready to release, it's like, okay, we need to add that one. Okay, we need to for sure add that one. It's like, it just keeps happening. And I'm like, Carolyne, put the music out. So I'm going to put it out. I promise. Y'all going to have something for sure by my birthday, by July, for sure.
Good. And I see you've been traveling too. I saw you were in Dallas. That's our town where we came from.
Yeah, I just had a show in Houston, and I just had a show in Milwaukee this past weekend.
Really? So you're traveling in and out weekend after weekend, just gone.
I'm trying my best to, yeah.
Like suitcase not even being able to be unpacked. Just like, okay, I'm on to the next city.
It's in the living room.
See, that's what I'm saying. So do you like that? Do you like all that hustle and bustle?
Oh, yes, I absolutely love it. I love traveling.
You do? Okay.
I do. I love traveling. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we're talking about how I survived, and I remember your backstory. I don't recall it being like a bed of roses, like your whole entire life.
Yeah.
So I want you to talk briefly about how your backstory possibly led you to music.
You know what's crazy? I was literally just talking with one of my clients today about that. Well, I was raised in like group homes and foster homes and stuff like that, and like in like different family homes and things like that. So my upbringing was never really stable. So it was kind of rough, but we make it through. Everybody has their things they go through. But I was just talking to one of my clients about that, and I said that I've always been able to sing. I've always been talented as far as that. And there was a time where my talent would have gotten me in the door, but I was not prepared to stay in the door at that time. Mentally, emotionally, I was not prepared. And we also talk about the fact that I am a songwriter. And I was saying to her that still to this day, my first record, Stay, I still get requests to sing that song. And that song's like 10, 12 years old. Really? Okay. I still get requests to sing that. And I said to her, I said, the fact that I'm still getting requests to sing this song over a decade lets me know that it's a hit. It was a hit when I dropped it. And the fact that I'm still getting asked to sing it now solidifies the fact that it was a hit. So that lets me know, like, if I would have had the money at that time, I would have blew up instantly. Yeah. But at the same time, would I have stayed there? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Because the trials and tribulations and the things that I've been through in my life now are what have kept these records coming for the past 10, 12 years. And I can't say that if I would have catapulted at that stage, I would be the songwriter I am today. I wouldn't be able to say that. So it's a bittersweet thing. It's kind of a bittersweet thing. But I am very grateful that my career is going where it's going now because I am prepared now. I am ready.
Okay. And so I know a lot of artists, poets and singers, musicians, they write from a place of pain a lot. So you would say that even your first record, was that from a place of pain where you're trying to get somebody to stay?
You know what's weird about that? I wasn't really like, you stay with me, baby. Yeah. I wasn't really like, I would say action-wise with that. I think I was just in my emotions with it. Okay. And I hate to say that, but I didn't really put the actions toward trying to get this person to stay. I think I just was singing about it and wrote it. Like, oh man, I'm emotional. Let's write about it. Like, so.
How easy is it to write about somebody else's pain, though? Like, how easy is it for you to capture somebody else's story and put it to pen to paper and then sing about it?
That's actually not hard. I'm an empath. Okay. I've actually done that before. One of my songs I have called Remember Our Love. I have a song called Remember Our Love, and it's actually a Supremes remake of Where Did Our Love Go? Okay. And there's a music video to that. You can find that on YouTube. And I actually wrote that while I was going through a breakup. And I wrote the first verse dealing with my situation. But at that same time, my brother's ex-wife had called me and was bawling on the phone crying, just was crying on the phone. And I didn't know what to say to this woman because you're crying to me about my brother. So I don't know what to say to this woman. And it was just like, they had been together since they were in high school. And it was just one of those situations where they had grew apart. You know, and it was just her just going through the motions of it. And that's where that verse came from. I remember teenage lovers staying up on the phone all night. I remember the good times, babe. I'll keep them burning, yearning. And I was like, dang, she going through it. Because you got to like really, and that was when I put myself in her feelings. They've been together for 10 years. They've been together since they were in high school, and it's just he's a grown man now, and that's all it was. It wasn't nothing she did, and which means that it was nothing you could do, which is like, damn.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, like you can't fix it.
Nope.
You can't. Nope. And that's when I was like, baby, I'm sorry, you know, because I would hate to go through that. Yeah. Like, even if we go through love and it ain't perfect, shit, you could try to, fix it. But when it's like that, when it's just y'all just have grown apart, there's no fixing that. And it's just sad as hell.
Man, it sounds sad.
Sad as hell, girl. I wrote that second verse like, damn, Anna.
So do you ever get like really emotional during your singing and really just kind of cry a little bit and have to step away from the mic even? Like, okay, I'm crying right now. Or are you able to sing through your tears?
Well, neither, actually. Okay. I actually don't sing a song until I've went through that already at home. Okay. You will never hear it until I've already gotten over that part. Okay. Because it took me like 2 months at home to sing Tired before I ever released it to y'all. Okay. Like at home crying like, okay, I can sing it now. Because you gotta you have to prepare yourself to be that vulnerable in front of people. And the fact that people already know I'm emotional. They already know, this is a real song. What's going on in her life? Let's hear the next record. So they nosy as hell. So I'm already knowing, damn, Carolyne, they waiting to know your business. So,
yeah, they are. And they probably waiting for you to break down a little bit too, because that just makes for good drama.
You know,
Yeah.
and they know I'm not ashamed. I will cry if I feel like it. I don't give a damn. I am not one of them people. But I've actually been strong enough not to do that yet.
Okay.
The only time that's ever happened to me when I was actually overseas. I was actually overseas in Japan, and I started crying in the middle of a song, and it was when I was singing Whitney. And I remember learning the song. I thought it was whack. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, damn, this song lame. It was what was it? Well, I believe the children are the future.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I gotta learn this. This song's so lame. So I'm just like, dang. But then when I got over there,
Yeah.
and the words hit me mid-song, and I am on my own in a country by myself chasing a singing dream. And the words hit me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. I was like, if I fail, if I succeed.
Oh my
I was
goodness.
up there like, at least I know I believed. I was up there. Girl, I was feeling it. It hit me mid-song, and that was like the song I did not like. Yeah. So for it to hit me was like, this is what she was talking about, you know? And I was like, dang. And then when it hit me, it hit this girl in the audience. She started crying. I was like, oh my God, am I gonna get in trouble right now? But it was cool. It was great. And I never forget that moment.
And that's the beauty in songwriting. I got one last question for you, because I know you got to get out of here. How have you been able to use your artistry to give back? And what would you say your ultimate dream is, like in your music journey? How have you been giving back? And then what's your ultimate dream for this music journey?
Okay, how have I been giving back? I give back by the fact that, like, I'm so reachable. You can just reach out to me and say, hey, I give back. First of all, I donate to Project 150. Project 150 is an organization for homeless youth.
Yes.
And I was a homeless youth. That's why I donate.
Okay.
And I also, I never charge to sing at funerals. I'm an advocate. I actually sing for the police department in their Lima program. They have a program that helps people that were on drugs and incarcerated come from up under that. And I actually sing for that program as well. Okay. So, I mean, I volunteer. You know what I mean? I'm about my community because the community made me, you know. And then what was the second question?
And the other one was just, what's your ultimate dream for your music journey? Is it to be a traveling superstar? Is it just to put out good records? Are you trying to write for other people? Like, are you just trying to do all that?
Well, I mean, all of the above, but like my dream for real, like, I just want to own a house. Like, I am like death-defying afraid of homelessness. Like, most people are afraid of like dying. I'm not. I'm afraid of sleeping outside. I'm afraid of not having nowhere to go. Like, so my dream with this music is to just be financially stable so that I'm not like 80 and working at Walmart. No offense to people that do, but I just want a home. You know, that's my goal with this music. I just want to have a home. I want a family. I want my dog with the white fence. I want,
all that.
you know, I'm not complicated, man. I don't need Birkin bags. I don't need all that stuff. I don't give a damn about that stuff. I really don't. I like nice shoes. I like food and I like flowers.
So you want people to bless you with some food and some flowers.
I like flowers. Okay. And I don't know. Like, I want to be a traveling singer for sure. I want people to love my music. I want that same high I felt when I sang Black Girl and they were singing it back to me. Yes, I want that. That feels amazing. It feels amazing to create something and then that you made up in your mind and people are screaming it back to you. That is a high that you cannot buy, literally. And I felt it one time, so I am hooked.
You're chasing that again.
So I want to do that. I want to do public speaking.
Okay.
Because I'm really good at talking to kids. Kids love me. And songwriting, yes, I will write for other people, but girl, they're my baby, so I feel like I'm gonna be like a little Jasmine Sullivan with it. I'm gonna have my version on YouTube too. Like, yeah, I wrote this.
Hey, and that's.
But I'll sell it to you.
Yeah.
But the world gonna know
that you
my
wrote
version
and it's yours. Got it. Well, I thank you so much for joining us. I know you got to get out of here again, but before you go, let the people know how we can follow you and purchase and listen to your music.
Carolyne Scott. You guys, that's all you have to type in. All you got to do is spell it right. Carolyne. Let me look at the camera. Is this the right one? Which one? That one right here? Yes.
There you go.
Carolyne Scott. You got to spell it right. And you can type my name in on every single thing on your phone. Type my name in on Google. Type my name in on Yahoo. Type my name in on YouTube. It's all me.
Okay.
It's all me. But you got to spell my name right with a YNE. Otherwise, you're going to get an old lady named Carolyne and Rookie, and they do dog tricks.
And we don't want that.
I don't do no dog tricks.
And we do not want that. And so, where are you headed right now? You're headed somewhere.
Right now, I have to go do a show at Meadows Mall. I am actually going to go perform for this new TV show, Quest Presents Stars of Las Vegas. This reality show that will be coming out, I believe, in like 2 months on Roku. So I am the walk-in guest singer this week.
So they are waiting for her. So again, thank you so much. We are headed to a commercial break. You're listening to the I Am Talitha Cumi show right here on Food for the Soul Media Group. And we have a true survivor coming up next who is defying all odds. We will be right back.
I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo. Look. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back.
Trying to pull my little thing up so you can't see everything. All right, you guys, and we are back. If you just joined us, thank you for tuning in to the I Am Talitha Cumi show on Food for the Soul Media Group. Our show tonight has been sponsored in part by the Las Vegas Black Music Awards, coming to you Sunday, April the 25th. If you would like to be a sponsor, a volunteer, or a performance artist at the weekend events, go to www.lasvegasblackmusicawards.com, or you can email us at foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com. And that award show is going to be at the Athens, I want to say it's the Athens Hotel, I believe. Or no, I'm sorry, not the Athens, the Ahern. The Ahern Hotel. Really, really, really beautiful hotel, you guys. And so stay tuned in for that, because I'm going to be talking about that a lot this month, next month, all the way up until the event. And so we have been discussing our topic, I Survived, and I am here with my next guest, Mrs. Ashley Burney. Welcome to the show, Ashley.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I've been trying to get you on here, and I got to talk about you a little bit before we get started. And so you guys, this is lengthy, but you need to know. So Ashley Burney is a community relations professional, public speaker, host, and nonprofit executive. She has served the Las Vegas community for over 19 years. She is the founder and president of Heart to Heart LLC and Ashley Burney Consulting. Heart to Heart LLC is a media, events, and products platform focused on empowering, motivating, and uplifting women and the community. Visionary for Your Bold is Beautiful, YBIB, a trademark registered event series and lifestyle brand, she takes pride in creating a safe space to enlighten and empower individuals to be bold in their truth. Heart to Heart LLC has many impactful programs to include the Youth Empowerment Program, which has mentored over 3,700 at-risk students in the Valley. Students who've completed the Heart to Heart Youth Empowerment Program have shown tremendous success within their academics, leading to improved social and emotional gains. Ashley Burney Consulting has had the pleasure of engaging with corporations and individuals across the United States through the targeted services and initiatives to include community and public relations services, diversity and inclusion training with an emphasis on improving engagement, counteracting unconscious bias, diversity and inclusion at work, and fostering an inclusive climate, effective communication and leadership strategies, designing revenue-generating volunteer management program tools, one-on-one personal coaching incorporating goal setting, interview readiness, resume assistance, relationship building, and interpersonal communications and trainings. Ashley has received congressional awards by Congresswoman Susie Lee and Senator Catherine Cortez Masto for her mentorship contributions in the community. Heart to Heart LLC received the 2022 Tulips Mentoring Agency of the Year Award. She is a proud 2022 Vegas Inc. and Las Vegas Weekly Top 40 Under 40 honoree. My Vegas Magazine 2020 and 2019 Top 100 Women of the Year. Deluxe Virgin Magazine Top 20 in 2020 Philanthropist. 2019 Deluxe Virgin Magazine Woman of Wonder. 2021 UNLV Alumni Spotlight and featured in Las Vegas Weekly for her appointment to the Board of Trustees for St. Jude's Ranch for Children. And you guys are going to understand why I read all of that, okay? So I want to get right down to it, Ashley. Briefly walk us through the story that would forever change your life as you knew it.
First off, hearing my bio, I get so full because when I go through the journey of what really changed my life, it all makes sense. And so I get so full inside. So again, thank you for having me though. I'm really excited. So in 2017, I was diagnosed with a neurological condition called Chiari malformation, which would forever change my life. I was having migraines, debilitating migraines, where it started to affect my work, my energy, my body. And so as a mom of two, married to my high school sweetheart, Sean, there was so many things that I had in front of me, given that I had a management position at a local nonprofit. And when I was told that I had the condition, I had to fight my way through this crazy healthcare system. I had to push through to say to my primary, who was saying, well, you know, it's actually come back that you have this, but I've never diagnosed anyone your age with this and so forth. And having to stand in the gap for myself to say, this is not your area of specialty. I now need a referral to a neurologist. That's when I was actually told that my condition was as severe as it was. And so long story short, I had to go for an MRI and it actually measured the area. So pretty much Chiari malformation is a neurological condition and you're born with too much brain, not enough space. I had to turn it into a joke. I'm like, okay, big old head, smart girl walking around here. So here it was, my brain, I was a walking herniation. My brain was herniating down into my neck, which was causing the migraines. And so it was scary as hell. And I had no choice than to have brain surgery. So when the doctor said at 32, you're going to have to go for this surgery, this is what it is. And I never knew that I was in that small percentage that would have complications. So I was in ICU. I had to have a decompression surgery. That's where they shave your skull to release pressure off of your brainstem so that you're not herniating. So I have the decompression surgery, and I just never knew that it would then be a journey uphill for me. That I had no other choice but to be strong. And when you are strong in your weakest moment, not only for yourself, but everyone who's looking for you to get through what you're getting through, it's one hell of a ride. And so I started leaking out of my incision, brain fluid, which is also called CSF. And after being in the hospital in the ICU for a week, I go home a day. That's when I start leaking. Well, it's okay to leak red, but it's not okay to leak clear.
Okay.
So I started leaking out of my incision, and little did I know I had to go back and to the OR. And I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, imagine your spouse rolling over, filling your pillow, and it's completely full of brain fluid. Mm-hmm. I learned a lot of body chemistry, like throughout this whole process.
And I'm sitting here like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, it sounds
itself,
okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. So you would think losing brain fluid, like not healthy. So, it was that moment for me where I had to have another surgery. I was in ICU a week, went home a day, leaked a third time. And this is called hematoma. So it's a collection of blood cells that either dissolve or they come out of your incision. Well, my incision's about 9.5 inches, long. And so, of course, it just decided it wanted to leak again. So throughout all of this, I thought many times, God, I'm not ready to go. Mm-hmm. I'm not ready to go. I have more living to do. And I thought I was actually living before, but I have a new profound respect for living, because once you experience like a near death experience, shit ain't shit no more. Yeah. And I'm just going to keep it real. Like it changes your perspective on what you give your energy to. Yes. It changes your perspective on it, letting your no be your no, and your yes be your yes, not no, but let me explain. No, my no is my no, So it just gave me a new meaning, which is where my lifestyle brand came from. I'm in the hospital and I'm saying things like, my bold is beautiful, heavily sedated, many IVs, lost count, over 60 IVs out of my neck, out of my arms, out of my back. I lost count. So to your question of what was the experience, it was literally having 2 brain surgeries where I had no control over my body. And I was hanging on to my mental to say, Ashley, you can get through this. But again, it was not only being strong for myself, it was being strong for everyone that was like, Ashley, you can get through this. But I feel like I'm slipping away.
I heard that you had to learn how to walk, talk, everything. You had to learn how to do everything.
I did. And one thing I didn't know, it's the brain, right? So I don't know if it was just that they're like, she'll figure it out. But in order for me to go home, I had to walk the unit. And so I'm kept at a 33-degree angle for weeks. And so when I went to get up to walk, it was not registering. Yes. I'm like, I know how to walk.
But whatever wasn't telling your legs to move.
No. So literally it was, I was ready to go home. And my second surgery was actually during 1 October, the mass shooting here in Vegas. So my suite mates were victims of the shooting. So God made it very clear and came to me in my sleep that this is not about you. You're going to walk this unit and you're actually going to see with your eyes that it's not about you, which is your answer as to you're going to move on. You're going to get through this. Yeah. So learning how to walk and talk again and having those things taken to then do it all over again, it was very, very tough.
That's a lot. You almost answered the question already, but I just want to ask, I already hear how important your faith was through all of that. Like on a scale of 1 to 10 being the highest, it sounds like a 10, but I could be wrong or past a 10. Why would you say that it was? What was it about your faith that said, Ashley, you can do this. You're going to do this?
If I had no faith, my mom, I was raised in the church. My mom was a preacher's kid. I knew that I would endure challenges and struggles. But when you actually have to face it and you have to apply your faith, that was a different time. It was without my faith and without me constantly having my gospel music playing in my room, never letting that stop. It was ministering to me. I don't know if I'd be here today because I had to tell myself, Ashley, baby girl, you can do this. And who would have ever known overcoming such a hurdle and the biggest challenge I think I've ever faced, ministering and giving back to the community and speaking with families across the world that have this condition, and to see how I was able to bounce back, but not on my own doing. Yeah, I've been able to share hope and inspiration for parents that they found out that their children have it, or they themselves have it, but just be able to conquer through such a time and not knowing what to expect. And I always say, my journey is my journey. So who's to say that our stories would be any similar, you know?
Right.
But at the same time, knowing that I had to go through it to speak to another level of faith that I didn't even know I had. I had no choice.
And this is not one of my questions that I sent to you, but I want to know, what impact did it have on your family, like your kids and your husband? How were they able to go through that with you?
Day by day.
Okay.
And honestly, I wouldn't even say like there's 24 hours in a day, but I think at times it was minute by minute. I mean, my kids saw me in a wheelchair. I know that when I found out that I was having complications, my son had been dropped off at school and I was home healing, only for my husband to pick him up and have to tell him like, mom's back, you know? And I still think that there's some PTSD that they struggle with here and there, because I have fought hard to be who I am. So mentally strong, physically strong, taking care of my health, being in the gym, doing things that stretch me that's pushing me to be my best. But I remember for the longest, like I would, you know, bend over doing some things around the house or whatnot. And my daughter's like, Mommy, can you do that? I'm like, I can, honey, you know, but I'm so glad that I'm that person to them, you know, thinking of strength and overcoming and conquering through. Like you hear it, but when you have someone that's very, very close, like their mom, their wife. I mean, I remember times that my husband, you know, trying to stand in the gap for our family and say, Mom is going to get through this, but he was hanging on. It was that hug right before I went through those doors that was like, babe, you got this. So
that is an amazing story. I was wondering if we were going to need tissues. I see you trying to hold it together, and I'm trying to hold it together too. So I want to move on to what you're doing now with Women and Girls. Did you know that you were always going to be doing something like this, or did your purpose or your passion change in the midst of any of that you were that you went through?
Yeah, good question. So when I was a sophomore in high school back in Anchorage, Alaska, before I came out to Vegas, my dance teacher at the time, Jody Reed, may she rest in peace, she had us write our future bio. And it was hard. I mean, a sophomore in high school, you're like, you know, what am I going to major in? Where am I going to live? What am I going to do? And so she had us write our future bio. And in that, I wrote that I wanted to major in communications. And sure the hell enough, I went on, finished high school, made the big move from Alaska to Vegas, and went to school, graduated from UNLV, and I majored in communications. And it not only it didn't limit me. That's why I chose the degree, because I could go media, I could go journalism, I could go, and really my career has been so unique because I've been able to really apply my education in a lot of realms, you know? And so it really gave a new definition, right, to what I do now, because living with intention is my priority. If it doesn't align with what I'm doing, it's a hard no. And if I can be an example to someone or that is going through something and they're trying to find their way, or they're trying to be okay with their no, does it align with your purpose and what you're doing? Because then you'll take it to another level when it does. And so it has shaped who I am to be able to go through that experience, you know, living with Kiari, to my education, being in the community, working with girls and women. And it actually started off as an after-school club. That's how Heart to Heart started, an after-school program. And at the time, I was a dean secretary. So I was seeing who they call frequent flyers, but these babies just needed some consistency. They needed an outlet. So instead of them coming to the dean's office and I'm like, okay, you're in detention or you're going to sit in here, I would talk to them. So that's how it started. And then it grew up to like 160 kids. And I was like, I got to do something with this. This is before surgery. So then left the school district and went into nonprofits. And it's been history since then, because it started with youth at-risk youth, and then it has blossomed into me using the platform to impact the lives of at-risk youth and women. And we even had our first men's panel at my last annual event, which, I mean, so it's growing and tapping into new realms, and I've asked God for this. So I'm like, just prepare me for whatever it is, you know?
Shoot, if you went through what you went through and you got through that, you are already prepared. I want you to talk about your annual Bold is Beautiful event coming up and what that means to women from all over.
You know, the lifestyle brand, again, it was birthed when I was in the hospital, because I started saying, my bold is beautiful, my bold is beautiful. And then I was like, you know what? No, it's your bold is beautiful, your bold is beautiful, because I got tired of going to conferences and summits, and the energy was so stale. It's like, this is what we do. And if you haven't spoken with someone next to you, but then it's blah, you know? And so I was like, no, I need to change and provide an opportunity for women to connect, and it be so authentic, and it be so like, Queen, how can I help you? Like, what do you do for a living? Like, let's connect, let's go to coffee, whatever it is. So Your Bold is Beautiful is that. We're going into our 5th year, which is crazy, because I'm just like, man, like, to see it have grown and the impact, it's just not even here in Vegas. Like, there's women that are hitting me up right after the last event to say, when is the next one, right? So this year's is actually the weekend of October 11th. So we're going to have a networking mixer. We're going to have a vendor marketplace, which showcases women-owned businesses. And then we have the summit on October 13th. And so we just locked in the venue literally 2 days ago. So I'm really excited. But to be able to just connect. I mean, I look on social media, and women who've attended our events, I mean, they're traveling to wineries, they're doing things together. And I'm like, y'all don't know what that means. Like, my heart dances, like, when I see that, because when we can connect and know that it is literally collaboration over competition, YBIB and Your Bold is Beautiful gives that a new definition, because you experience YBIB and your life. And that's my prayer. Like, when I'm visualizing and putting everything together, is that one has a life-changing experience. Not just you come but everyone from a vendor to a sponsor to an attendee to a speaker. We had over 300 speaker requests last year and could select literally like 16 speakers. So I read every single form and I'm like, oh, she's bad. Oh, she's bad. And then I'm like, oh, I'm stuck. But they're like, no, I still want to come, because I've heard of how impactful it is. So we're really looking forward to this year's event and taking over a venue in downtown Las Vegas. And so there'll be more information on our website, though.
And I want to thank you for that, because before I moved here, I remember starting my organization, Fat by Design, which was about women coming together. And it was an acronym for fashion, arts, and transformations, which is all the things that I love. And I remember going to a host of conferences and different things like that, because I wanted to kind of, get myself prepared and get some inspiration. But all of the conferences were so the same, exactly like what you said. Like, you come and you hear this great speaker that might be up for 45 minutes or whatever. You have these beautiful things, and then you leave with a high, maybe for a second, and then it's over. And so I always thought about, okay, why don't they have breakout sessions? Why don't they have little pockets of women that can come together? Because if you have women, 200, 300 women or 100 women, it's difficult to get them to be able to talk about themselves. And that's what we want. We want them to talk about themselves, right? And so I have to tell you that when I first came to your event, I came with my job, and I absolutely fell in love with the way you love women. I fell in love with that, and I told my job, I'm like, I'm going to this like every single year, so whatever. And one of the ladies that I invited, I remember she did a short interview, testimonial, and she was so moved. She was so moved because she said, I finally feel like I'm in the room. I finally feel like I'm able to be myself and live everything that I know that I am, that I was afraid to. Like, she dulled her light. But after she came to your conference, she was like, no more.
We were in tears.
Yeah.
She literally, and that's what I do. And I hug and I embrace. And yeah, there could be a whole schedule, but I'm going to give every queen that stops and we have it's going to be her moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's our moment, because I know exactly what you're talking about. And when she was like, I feel like I belong. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like on every day, women who walk around and just feel like the light bulb just hasn't, it just hasn't went off. But because they're in an environment that is they're not welcoming or it's dry. And I always said, make sure you surround yourself with others who want to pour into you and authentically, not, hey, let's do this, and next thing you know, it's being thrown in your face. No, I want to connect with badass women who get it, who say, sis, like, I'm here for you. Like, you didn't been through a lot. Like, let's connect. Or you have this going, how can I help? Or whatever it is. Like, and so that moment when she said, I feel like I belong in the room, it changed my life.
And what I noticed about your speakers and everything, because Bobby and I talk about this a lot, it wasn't just about the women. A lot of the women that were there that were married, they gave praise to their husband.
Yes.
So they didn't come in there saying, I did this. They were like, I got a strong king beside me. I got a strong man behind me that helped me through all this. And I appreciated that as well, because there's not a lot of conferences. We talk all the time. There's not a lot of conferences for men to be able to go and be vulnerable like that, or for men to be able to even go and connect with each other without it being like looked at as soft. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't have a place.
And I 1,000% agree, which is why, when you think about it, it's Your Bold is Beautiful Women's Empowerment Summit, right? And then last year, when we were planning last year's, and usually a conference takes us like at least 7 to 8 months to plan. So, I mean, really for the vision to just be birthed, right? But my husband he said, honey, the same things that you're talking about, like, men have these conversations too, or maybe not. He said, so what about having a men's panel? And Talitha, it was the best. It was like the men got together. It was a panel of men. And what we didn't realize until they were up there talking was that they were all raised by single mothers. It was so, I was in the back going, oh my God. Like, did you hear what he said? Like, you had a single mom and you had a single mom, and then or you were raised by your grandmother or whatever. But when you think about how all of them could have experienced the same thing of being fatherless and what that means. Yeah. For them to say it all at the same time on our panel, I was like, this is just, I mean, we got to do this again. Yeah. Like, we got to do this again. So I'm really excited to see, like, for this year's, like, it's like the juices
I'm excited too. You're making it sound great.
Yeah.
What drives you to do what you do? And talk to the people that are trying to overcome right now, the people that are trying to survive. What advice would you give them?
Never give up on yourself.
Okay.
Everyone else will give up on you, but the last person standing is you. So if you never give up on yourself, you're giving yourself an opportunity each day to live. And then what are you doing with it, right? So I know for me, the older I've gotten, I'm coming up on a birthday, and I tell you, like, I was on the phone with my bestie the other day, and I'm like, girl, is it me, or is that, like, as you're getting older, there is just stuff that you just are not down with no more.
Yeah,
like,
you don't give a damn about it anymore.
You just don't give a damn.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you're just, but then when you're experiencing this and then knowing how to communicate it, there's relationships that evolve. I was hearing from somebody the other day, they were like, yeah, a friendship is worse than a breakup. It's like the friendship breakup.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
But it's then communicating to say, like, sis, like, we're cool. Like, there's no beef, right?
Yeah.
But we're just
in different spaces.
We're going in different spaces and different directions. I still want to support you. Hope you would support me. But I just feel like I didn't give up on her, which is why I'm able to speak to and respect the space that I'm in, to say, listen, there's some things changing. Boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries for yourself to know that if you don't, you will get ran over every single day. The boundary is for you. It's not for them. So if you really digest that to say, that is healthy, that is not healthy, I'm going to give myself time to let that go. Mm-hmm. But to have those healthy boundaries, it's also going to keep things in check. And to say, you know what? You're not okay with that. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like we can get so consumed by feeling as if we have to show up for everyone else and stand in the gap for everyone else that we lose us. We lose our person. We lose us as a human being. Mm-hmm. So if you're true to you and you have your healthy boundaries and you never give up on you, just know that you're evolving to have grace. Have grace with yourself. Yeah. There are so many walking around that they feel as if they're a failure because they couldn't stick to something or what. Listen, every day, a lot of minutes in the day, give yourself permission to start over and to say no. And I've actually started doing it lately. I've started to go on Do Not Disturb. Girl, let me tell you, I'll look up and I'm like, okay, Ashley, take your phone off, Do Not Disturb. But the things that I can get done, the intentional moments of, okay, I'm going to dedicate this amount of time to get caught up on emails, or I have a youth empowerment program too. So all of the things are going. And I'm like, if I go on Do Not Disturb, I'm really not being bothered and I'm where my feet are.
Yes.
We're not where our feet are. Mm-hmm. We're in next week. We're in 6 months from now. We're in next year. Mm-hmm. How about you give yourself permission to be where your feet are? And then you're able to smell the roses and you're able to be present. And that's key in the advice I could give someone that feels like they're going through. Is just give yourself permission, have grace with yourself, and be where your feet are. Be present.
And some of us are, our feet are in the past.
Yeah.
And we're stuck there. Mm-hmm. And we need to move.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate everything that you've said. We're about to come to the end of the show. But my last question is, and I want to say you said it, but I want you to give me one word. What did you learn from everything you've gone through? If you can just sum it up in one word.
Bold.
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 Your bold
is beautiful.
Is beautiful. Do you have anything else coming up, and how can we find you and the services that you offer and find out about your events?
Yes, so with our youth empowerment program, we actually have 2 camps coming up. So we have a girls camp on May 22nd, May 23rd at our partner school, Rundle Elementary. Okay. We've been there for 4 years. Those kids are just phenomenal and they have persevered through so much. Mm-hmm. Our boys camp, the boys were like a fly on the wall. They were like, what about us? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I actually am going to have a boys camp. So that's actually May 28th and May 29th. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a few camps throughout the summer because the kids, a lot of idle time, a lot of influences, social media, all the things, right? All that. We're going to have a few camps for those kiddos as well, and actually at like almost like a teen summit as well. So we'll target different age groups. Okay. So we have the camps, and then of course our annual Your Bold is Beautiful, which is October 11th. Yes. But really just to stay in the know, I would subscribe to our website, which is hearttoheartspeaks.com, and it's heart to heart with T-O, not T-W-O. Okay. So hearttoheartspeaks.com, and then also on social media where we're usually with it. We have several different pages, but we have Heart to Heart LLC, and then Your Bold is Beautiful. And then we have our Twitter page, and then we also are over on Facebook at Heart to Heart LLC. So really just staying in the know, I would say, to not miss anything is just to subscribe to our website. And we're not heavy with, I don't believe in sending 5, 6, 7 emails a week. I just don't. I mean, people are busy. So I like to sum it up, but not too much, you know. Yeah. But yeah, we usually have everything posted, one-stop shop. So visiting those platforms, you'll get the information.
Will keep us in the know.
Yes.
So thank you so much. I absolutely want to thank you for coming out. My husband is actually a designer, for some of you guys who don't know. I think most of you guys know, but some of you guys may not know. My bra showing. And he is big Bobby B and Orlay Worldwide, and he loves to gift my guest, and I thank him for that. So he has made you and your husband a gift in those bags. So those bags are for both of you guys. So I want you guys to make sure that you guys take those. Make sure you post like when you pull them out and
I'm gonna look at his and
yes, and be like, okay, I'm gonna pick. Maybe I might pick his and not pick yours. So you get the first dibs. But
thank you.
I want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank you. I'm sorry so much for coming out. And we are at the end of our show, you guys. Please keep in mind, we are looking for positive artists who would like to have a live featured performance to end the show every week. We are looking for music with substance and positivity. So if you're interested, you can email us at foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com for more information, and you could be our next guest. Make sure to tune in every Friday to the I Am Talitha Cumi show at 7:30 p.m. on our FB page and YouTube station, Food for the Soul Media Group, and tell your people. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. I Am Talitha Cumi and Food for the Soul Media Group. Our show tonight has been sponsored in part by the Orlay Collective, The Real Big Bobby B Beats, K Griffiths LLC, Solid Truth LLC, Heart to Heart Speaks. Is it Heart to Heart Speaks? You want me to say Heart to Heart Speaks or just Heart to Heart?
So Heart to Heart LLC, but
Heart to Heart LLC.
Yes.
And Carolyne Scott Music. Check out the page at the end of the show for a special video from our spotlight artist Carolyne Scott, just in case you missed her at the top of the show. You guys, we will see you next week.